Welcome back to Paper Mario Part 34. We're back. We did it. We did it. He kept going. Let's go. Couple things. I have two fans on in the background because it's like 76 degrees outside. It's getting a little toasty in my apartment, and they haven't turned on the AC yet. I know you're thinking 76 degrees isn't that much, and you're right. But also, have you thought about shutting up? I don't know. It's fire. I'm just angry out of the gate here. The other part is I'm standing. It's my first standing recording I've done in a while. So yeah. Anyway, we got a couple things to go over. First off, real Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake. I don't know why I said real. Is like 2 weeks away, so I gotta hurry the hell up. I think what's gonna happen is I think I'll probably Well, I mean, yeah, but also I think I'm probably going to play. Hold on, my brain is loading. I don't remember what I was gonna say. What am I doing? What am I doing? Right. So I think what I was gonna say is I want to try and finish this before the new one comes out. Obviously, I've said that for a while. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it, but I'm gonna try. But I had something else to say and I already forgot it. Come on, Nick, you're in the beginning of a video. Oh yeah, my first time standing in a while. I stand during streams, and since the birthday streams ended, I just kind of stopped doing it. But my back is a little stiff today, so that's partially why I'm that sucks. That's partially why I'm trying to get back into it, because hopefully the move and the grooving will make my back hurt a little bit less. So let's try and do that. Just don't get old, guys. Just don't get old. Also, don't like break your couch and then not replace it, and then just like sit on it even though it's uncomfortable and it does damage to your back. Don't do that either. Anyway, I have a couple things to talk about. I know all of you are probably very curious. You were like, Nick, we've been waiting for some of us for a full week to hear which game did you decide to play. Did you play Fallout 3? Did you play Fallout New Vegas? Did you play Fallout 4? What happened, Nick? We want to know. You can't just leave us hanging like that. And you know what? That's fair. And it was rude of me to try and keep that from you. And I promise not to do it again. Anyway, so I was just... what if I just ignored it? What if I never answered what I played? I ended up playing Fallout 4. So I've got a lot to talk about with Fallout 4 because I think I hate Bethesda games now. I don't know if hate's a strong word. I think I'm ambivalent to them, or like I don't care. I just think that they're pretty safe. They're pretty safe games to make, and I think that the Bethesda engine, like the Bethesda, if you've played a Bethesda game like Fallout, 3, New Vegas, 4, or Oblivion, or Skyrim, or Fallout 76, or Starfield. If you've played a Bethesda game in the last like 30 years or so, or 20 years or so, you've probably played on their current engine. And I think oh wow, I didn't know that turned him over when he did that. That's actually kind of cool. I think it's so weird because Bethesda used to be the best at this. They used to be really, really good at role-playing games and like mixing role-playing and action. And I don't think they're good at it anymore. I don't know when they lost it. I don't know when like the turning point is. I think Fallout 4 might have been it. But I just, fucking god damn it. I move so slow. I can't I just can't get the timing right. But yeah, what I was trying to say is I just like alright, let's go over this. So I downloaded Fallout 4, I think on the Sunday of my vacation. And for that like Sunday night maybe, I might have not played it until Monday. But anyway, I started playing it, and the first day I played it, I was like, oh, this rules. There's so much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with kicking in the back streets of the Commonwealth in Fallout 4? But it's like there was so much to do, and I was like, oh, this is so much fun. And then that's actually huge. I was just thinking, man, I only have one Quake hammer, but it's really useful here. Well, I just got those badge points. But anyway, it's just, I don't know how to describe it. It's just, so you play the game at first and you're like, wow, this is great. And then you play some more and you're like, a lot of the same. a lot of stuff I've already done. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, I have to go here and shoot someone? Oh, okay. Oh, I have to go to this place and clear out all the enemies? Alright. What's that? The enemies are either feral ghouls, raiders, or super mutants? And over and over and over. Oh, wait, you added gunners, which are just stronger raiders. Oh, okay. That's, you know, that's fine. I'm definitely still having fun. Yeah. Oh man, we added Mirelurks, which can only be hit from the very front, and you just kind of go for it. Okay, that's cool too. Oh, a giant super mutant. That's fun. Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh, it's got a swan boat on its shoulder. Isn't that funny? Oh man, this is cool. And then fight 4 Queen Mirelurks. Great, cool. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is it's just so boring. Is what it eventually got to. I did platinum the game. I platinumed it in 1 week, which is too much time, or I'm sorry, too short amount of time to platinum a game like that. I was only able to do it because I was on vacation. Oh, that's I disagree, but sure. My first missed counter. I wasn't calling attention to it. I wasn't gonna be like, I keep getting these counters, but I was pretty proud of myself for a second. And that pride is gone now. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, you know, the game gets really old, and it's like there are different weapons, and like there's a lot of different equipment. Like there's a lot of mods and stuff. The weapons. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I like how in depth that goes. But like, it's how do I put it? There's like you'll have like an assault rifle or a sniper rifle or anything like that, and there'll be like multiple different like scopes you can give it. But I'm like, it's a scope. Like, cool. Like, do you want short range, medium range, long range? I'm like, that's how I feel about the Fallout and the Skyrim franchises, or I'm sorry, it's Fallout and Elder Scrolls franchise, where I'm just like, it seems like there's so many options and so many things to do, but like, there aren't. It's like, okay, cool, different scopes, and it's like, and you can increase the damage of your gun, but it's still the same. You can make it in either an automatic weapon, you can make it a single shot. You can make it a shotgun spread, but that's about it. And you basically have you have more than this, but really not really. You've effectively got 3 different types of combat. You have unarmed, which includes like fist weapons. You have melee, which is just you beat them with a big stick, and then you have guns. Like, yeah, there's ballistic damage, there's radiation damage, there's energy damage, but they all play the same. You just shoot a gun. And like, it just got so like, I'm sorry, there's also big guns. There's they've got like your minigun, your flamer, so your flamethrower. You've got your minigun, flamer, you get their mini nuke, but it's like the ammo for those is kind of sparse, so you just like never really use it. And then when you get it at the end of the game, it's almost like too late to use it at that point, but not really. Like I used a missile launcher for like the last like sections of the game, but I'm just like, it just, I don't know, man. It just didn't hit. That's a Z Yux. This is genetic improvement on the original Yux. Max HP 7, attack is 4, defense is 0. Multiple mini Z Yux will appear, protect the main unit as you'd expect. Sometimes they also restore HP to the main unit, which really burns me up. Doesn't have much HP, but those barriers often protect from attacks. Alright, well now it's dead, so now what's it gonna do? Damn. Did a lot of damage. So, yeah, just, you know, I know I don't want to, I feel like everything I say in this series is so negative. I love video games, I really do. But because I love video games, I ask more of them. Like, because I love video games so much, like, I want them to be better when they're not. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Fallout was fun for like a day or two, and I was like, oh, this is great. Especially, like, because I've played Fallout 4 before. This is my second time platinuming it. Okay, there were 2 of them? That seems excessive. What are we doing right now? What? Why? Who decided on this? Oh, it's just one foe. Oh, God. Alright, let's go for it. Okay, that worked. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know. Like, I've played the game before, so like I know all the story beats, and I've played like all the side quests and stuff before, so like there's no surprises for me. So like when I got there, I was just sort of like, or when I got like towards the end, I was like, I've seen all this already. It's fine, but it's like without the, and I will say the story is mostly pretty boring. I think there's some good parts of that story, and there's a good kind of, we'll just call it a change partway through the game that I think is pretty neat. But you know, it's fine. It's just like, it's not really, how do I put this? It has the Mass Effect syndrome of, oh cool, all these different like plot points, and there's multiple different ways to resolve conflicts and blah blah blah, but not really, like, because the game doesn't care. So like, it's gonna be like, your ending is just gonna be like a different shade. You'll get the same cutscene when you beat the game, where it just like waxes poetically about life in the wasteland, and someone will go, war never changes, and it's like, then that's gonna be it, no matter who you side with, no matter what you decide to do. I'm just like, My problem with the Bethesda games is that the gameplay doesn't change. Like, oh my god, another Quake Hammer? Jeez, this is awesome. Like, you have all these different choices and stuff on like how to play the game, but like, when you make those choices and you load the game back up and like, you know, the end game or what have you, it's just more of what you were doing before. It's just, you get there and it's like, it's just like, all right, more shooting, more clearing out these abandoned areas, and that's it. I'm just like, it's just so, I don't know. I wanted more, and you know, I can't really fault Bethesda too much for that, as much as I would like to. The game is 8 years old now, so like, you know, I've played other games that like, I guess my biggest thing is like the Fallout games and the Elder Scrolls games, they feel like they would be perfect examples of like the, oh, I wonder if I can do this, you know, where you do like a weird thing. You'll be like, oh, I wonder if I can solve it this way, or I wonder if I can bring this item to this person, or I wonder if I can do this and that. And I think that was like one of my favorite parts of playing Dragon's Dogma 2, is like there's so many like weird resolutions to quests. And I thought that was really, really unique. And in like, I've only played a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3, not nearly enough, only a couple hours, because I keep waiting for like no games to come out, which just doesn't happen. I keep waiting for like an empty spot in my my schedule. But yeah, it's weird because it's like, I mean, even Baldur's Gate 3, there's like plenty of different options. There's like multiple dialogue things, and it's just like, they didn't really have that. Fallout, like, they kind of give you the illusion of it sometimes, but it's basically just like, is this person going to attack me, or am I going to pass a charisma check and then they're not going to attack me? That's also the other funny thing too that I wanted to mention about the game. So like, there's I'm gonna heal because I'm getting too scared. So in Fallout, they have your base stats. You know, your like strength, dexterity, etc. You've played the game, you know what stats are. They're effectively like, what's a good way to say it? They're like, or they call it the special stats because it's strength, perception, endurance, intelligence, agility, luck. It's like, those all seem pretty good, but it's also like, they're not even at all. Like, they're not, there's like 3 standouts and the rest are kind of whatever. That's a mini Z-Yux. It lives to protect the Z-Yux. There can be as many as 4. HP is due, attack is 0, defense is 0. If you don't clear these guys out, you'll never be able to attack the Z-Yux. Using a multiple strike attack, take them all out at once is totally a good idea. I mean, I respect them for protecting their whatever, but they get no mercy. I guess that's true. Alright, let's see if this works. No, so it still counts the shield, even though it should die. Hey, nice. Stop! But yeah, so like, there's the special stats, but they don't really, like, some are more important than others, and it's not even like a, oh, well, maybe you want to play this way. Maybe, it's like, no, like, some are clearly better than others. Like, so the big one is strength is a big one, because strength not only affects how strong your like physical attacks are, so like that's one of the like, or it affects your unarmed and your melee attacks, so 2 out of 3 of the ways you can attack in that game. And then it also affects your carrying capacity, which is huge in that game because you constantly are looting. Not even just like because, not even if you're like a packer, it's like, oh, I want to carry all these guns and stuff. It's like, no, you need it because like there's base building in that game and you need like raw materials for it. And there's like, you need it for like the crafting and stuff. So carrying capacity and melee and unarmed damage are pretty important. Perception is, I think, accuracy in like the special mode, like the the VATS mode, but like you don't really need that either, because you can just not use VATS. You just fire the normal way. But even if you do, your accuracy in VATS is already good enough where you don't really need a boost. Like even if you just have like 4 points in it. A suspicious building, would you say, old boy? Don't be careful, or do be careful, eh? So then intelligence is another one of like the really important ones because it affects how much XP you get, so you want to max that out immediately. And it used to do other things in the other games. It doesn't really do it in this. It used to have like special dialogue options in like 3 New Vegas because you'd be like, oh, I'm a smarty pants. But that doesn't really, that's not a thing anymore. So it pretty much doesn't do anything. Who's that dude? Whoa, that's Mario. So, let's get him? I remember the first time I saw these guys, I thought that, like, for whatever reason, the one with like the black accents instead of the white accents, I thought it was like a mustache. It kind of gives off mustache vibes. So there's that. It's just like, I think, and then there's agility, which affects how much like stamina you have effectively, and it's fine. That's one that you can take or leave, but which I left. I didn't do anything in it, and it was fine. So next law, or Elite X-Naut. This guy's the creme de la creme of the X-Nauts. Max HP is 10, attack is 5, and defense is 1. He'll use regular attacks as well as boosting his power or size. Elite X-Nauts are tough, but you just have to smack them away until they go down. I wonder if this will work. Oh, is this my... Oh, it's still level 2, okay. Oh, thanks, man. I think that was their version of throwing, like, tomatoes. Oh, it does work. Maybe I should equip the other one, too. I feel like I'm going to go through my FP pretty quickly, but I haven't really used FP that much. Yeah! Mario, if these X-Naut dweebs are here, that's totally it. Then the Crystal Star must be here, too, don't you think? And Peach must be here, too. We gotta find her, Mario. Oh, yeah. So then there's agility, and then there's luck. Luck just affects... I'm sorry, there's endurance, which just affects your defense effectively and your health. It's fine. It's whatever. And then there's luck, and luck is another one of those ones that's like actually super important because a lot of like the best like VATS related perks are locked behind luck, where it's like you have a chance to just get 3 times or 5 times the XP on like any action you do. Okay, that's pretty good. You have a chance to like bank your critical hits so you can like make more than one of them at a time and make do multiple and increase the damage of them. Like, okay, so that's pretty useful. Make it so you get the mysterious stranger, so you get a chance to just like have a guy spawn and just kill your enemy for you. Like, all of the luck-based abilities are so broken. But it's just so weird because like I remember playing Fallout 3 and I remember playing New Vegas, and like your perks were super important and your special stats were super important because they led to like different dialogue choices and stuff like that. And this one, you get none of that. There's not a single... The only thing that matters is charisma, which I think I ignored. Charisma is like super important in this game because you need to be able to pass like dialogue checks and stuff like that. And you can only do that if your charisma is high enough, and that is the only thing that affects it. So it's just like... It's just so weird because... It makes it... It's another one. It's like one of the 3 that's like super important because you're just like, well, I need charisma to like not have these people just all like attack me and to like get through these dialogue. It's just so weird. I miss the like dialogue system before where there are like multiple options. You could like probe people information. You'd get certain skill checks to like have different dialogue. It's just I think I've said this before, but I think this and Skyrim to an extent, they just feel kind of hollow. Where they just like, they have all these things you can do, but like, they're not really that different. Like, it's just, you know, it's a lot of the same. And I'm like, it's fine if that's like your goal. Or if you're just like trying to like stay tried and true, I guess. But I'm just like, it just feels, I don't know, it just was boring. I'm complaining a little bit because like, I really wanted to enjoy it more, and I spent effectively my entire vacation playing it, and I did not feel restful after I played that game. That's an X-Naut PhD. Guys like this invent all the annoying things we fight. Max CP is 9, attack is 4, and defense is 0. He likes to throw beakers of chemicals. The chemicals do all kinds of stuff like making things huge or burning people. He also may use potions to heal himself or make himself impossible to hit. The X-Naut PhDs are really annoying, so take them out before they boost themselves. It's like a job for my hammer. I think the other thing about Fallout 4, I think the dialogue thing, that's a pretty common complaint people have about that game. And I think it does contribute to the rest of the game feeling kind of hollow because there's just 69. Let's go. Because they're just like, they just cut off so many of your options. But I think one of the bigger nails in the coffin for it for me is like, and people complain about this a lot. Also, you can see the pattern in the background. You didn't notice. People complain about this a lot, and it's like one of the like standouts of the game, which is, oh, I think you can kind of see the pattern on the floor. It's like slightly brighter than the other ones. I don't know if that's on purpose. Oh, don't do this to me. Yeah, I wasn't even looking at the one on the wall there. I was just going off the floor panels. But it's just they try to do like repeatable quests, because I think the goal, and they talked about this when they first released the game. The goal was to give you like a game you could just keep playing over and over and over. And I'm like, I don't think you understand why people play games. Like, I think I get what they were trying to do, where they're like, if we make it so that you get like repeatable quest lines and stuff like that, there's always something to do, and you can just keep playing this game for as long as you want. And I understand that, because like retention for video games is huge. It's a very big metric on purpose. But like, I think that's the wrong way to do it. Like, categorically, I think that's the wrong way to do it, because it goes from being like, wow, there's so much of this game, to being like, wow, that felt pointless. Like, I just like, I don't want, it's like, you know what I constantly think about? If you ever played Portal 2, there's a good bit out in that game, like 2/3 of the way in, when someone takes over for GLaDOS, and they basically try to design their own trap rooms, and they make it seem like it's a high or an addiction, because they'll be like, okay, I need you to get to the end here and press this button, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, that was great, and then they just make him do it again, and it's like, it didn't feel as good that time. Which, like, I've thought about that a lot, especially about game design. It's like, yeah, the whole reason that GLaDOS keeps, like, canonically, the reason that GLaDOS keeps making like all of those like insane puzzles is that because it just feels better when you do that, or just like it makes for better gameplay is what the outside of game reasoning is. But it's like a thing for them in game where like they need to do it. And I'm like, I think about that a lot in terms of like game design. It's just, I mean, I've talked about this before. It's just like, I always just think of like, why did they decide to do this? Like, what was their motivation? What was their goal when they added like a mechanic or a section of a story or something like that? And it's just like, I like to think about like, what made them think about this? Did they test it? Did people like playing this, or did they just kind of like assume? And I really think that about the like continuous questline stuff in that game, because I'm just like, I don't care. I don't want to play continuous quests. I want to like play quests that are like well thought out and written and done, and how good, and like I want to like experience a game like that where there's like multiple different things I didn't know, like where on each replay I find out more about the game than I found out before. And like, that's not what repeatable quests do. They're just like, hey, here's some busy work, go do it, idiot. I'm like, okay. I actually have more to talk about, if you can believe it, on Fallout. I'm not done. There's another thing, and I think this is another thing about it that I don't like. I understand why people like post-apocalyptic games. Like, I mean, Last of Us is one of the biggest games ever, because it's like, people love post-apocalyptic stuff. I get it. Post-apocalyptic is a good setting. I like Fallout 4 and 3 for the reason it's like post-apocalyptic, but also sci-fi. And I'm like, hell yeah, I like the sci-fi part. But I feel like they fall into the writing trap, and I think this contributes to why like none of the endings matter, because like it's effectively the same. But it's it reminds me of the thing where it's like, I don't know why why people do this, but you're allowed to have a post-apocalyptic game, and you can have like a good guy. You don't have to you don't have to have every single person in your game be an asshole. I know that there's this belief that if we get into a post-apocalyptic society, it's like, well, oh man, it's every man for themselves. Everybody has to deal with deal with it on their own. And I'm like, I don't know that that's true. Where are we? It's this very... Oh, also, by the way, yeah, this is how they made it to Rogueport. There's a teleport. We're beneath Rogueport. The Xnauts used that thing to come here from the moon. Yep. So this locked door, it was obviously, and I don't know how you guys didn't figure this out, it was a teleport to the moon. Why did you guys not piece that together, idiots? But it's this weird thing, and it's like it almost feels like a power fantasy for somebody. It's not me. Where it's just like, oh man, if only society would collapse so I could just go absolutely fucking feral and just murder and do whatever, just all, you know, survival of the fittest. I'm like, that's sounds awful. It sounds terrible. Also, I think I just reset all the enemies, which is a bummer. I don't want busy work for myself. As I just got through describing. But no, I think a big part of it is like, it's like that survival of the fittest thing, and like everything is always so bleak. So the way they do it in Fallout is like, hey, guess what? All 3 of the factions here, they suck. All of them. They're all bad. They're all dickheads, and they're all just trying for their guys to win. And I'm like, that's cute. I don't think I remembered this part. Oh, look at them all! Oh, that's so cute! Oh, this is great. I love this. I forgot this is a thing. I don't remember if you can leave the room like this. How to activate the switch. Left, right, middle. Do not forget. Today's code is 0429. Do not forget. Oh, okay. Sure. Okay, so that doesn't change. Do I not change back? How do I? It was right there. There we go. Okay. Alrighty then. This is my life now. It's not my life anymore. Ooh, game almost crashed there. But yeah, it's like this belief that there's like that like survival of the fittest is like the only way people would survive in the end. It's like that's not true. Like that's like we have history. We know that's not true. What happens with survival of the fittest is that you have some people will try and take everything and just like will try and set up like a ruling class. But the real reason that humanity has survived for as long as they have, and the real reason that we were especially able to get out of like the, you know, the pre technology stage, is not because of survival of the fittest. It's because we had tribalism. Like, because people tend to group up into like a. I'm trying to purposely fail this so I don't kill it. Yeah, because I wanted this HAL entry. We have like a. But it's natural for people to like group together and stuff like that. But also, I kind of the survival of this thing kind of makes it on the you have to believe in the belief that humans are just inherently bad. Like everyone is one bad day away from fucking losing it, and I just don't believe that. That's an X Yux. Here, this is read as Cross Yux, not as X Yux. Well, you know, too bad. It's an X button, not a cross button. PlayStation. Anyway, this is a new Yuck designed to protect extra important areas. They were designed to be unbeatable. They're not. Max HP is 10, attack is 3, defense is 1. Produce 2 mini X Yuxes at once, and it has an excellent success rate of immobilizing opponents. We gotta do something about that if we're gonna win. Alright, how would I jump on it? Like the basic Mario jumps on people jump. How about that? But yeah, I mean, because like all of this survival of the fittest stuff, you have to like believe the belief that like, well, people are just inherently evil and they will resort to barbarism if given the chance. And I don't believe that. I actually think humans are inherently good, and even in the darkest of times, humanity will persevere by being together. Like, it's not a crazy dynamic. I don't know if they watched the same shows I did when I was growing up, but like, that's pretty well tread ground. It's not a unique idea or anything. So I don't know. Like, I think the other part of it is like, Fallout doesn't feel like your choices matter. Is a big failing. That's why I compared it to Mass Effect 3, where it's like, oh, so none of that shit I did mattered. Okay. Where it's like, it just feels like it doesn't, like, no matter what you do, you're gonna have a bad time. And I'm like, okay, but like, do I not have an elevator key? What happened to all that key? Oh, did it like return them or some shit because I left? No. Didn't I see an elevator key? Am I crazy? Where did it go? Maybe I'm missing a door. Fuck. But yeah, I just like, you know, shame on me for believing that even in the darkest times, humanity would pull together. And like they show that, but I guess the big thing is like your choices don't matter in the game, and that bothers me because it's just sort of like okay, no matter what you do, a bunch of people are gonna get killed, and there's no way to stop it. I'm like, really? There's no way? Like none of these stats I have, none of these perks I have, none of them contribute to me stopping like almost a full-scale obliteration of like a bunch of people? No, there's no way to get around that? Okay, cool. Because like I compared it to Last of Us earlier with like the bleakness and the survival of the fittest aspect. I can, and I'm not a defender of The Last of Us. I actually really don't like either of those. I think I kind of like the first one. I don't really like the second one at all. But like even with The Last of Us, I can excuse it because it's a narrative-based game. Like you're basically just going in a straight line to fulfill the plot, and that's fine, but that's not what Fallout's supposed to be. Fallout's supposed to be all like, oh, play the way you want and do this and that and blah blah blah, and I'm like, why did they? It felt like, for lack of a better word, I was getting railroaded, and I'm like, did we have to? I don't know. As you can see, I did not enjoy my second playthrough of Fallout 4. I think it was a solid 6 out of 10. I don't regret that I spent time with it. It was good to play it again, but I'm also just like, man, I do not like this game anymore. This is my second time platinuming Fallout 4. I platinumed Fallout 3 as well. I actually platinumed 3 after 4. I went back to finish up 3. And I've platinumed Skyrim 4 times. I've never completed Oblivion because doesn't have trophies on PSN. Didn't I? Did my curse wear off? I was just thinking before the video that I forgot to re-up it, but I guess not. Idiot. So yeah, that's a big thing of it. Things I wanted to touch upon: removing all the dialogue stuff to make it like a very like generic dialogue wheel was a bad decision. Reworking all the perks and the stats was a bad decision. The plot isn't particularly good because it's just kind of sucks because like they just don't give you any agency. Okay, I think I remember what this is. So you need all these items. It is funny that there's still so many coins here because I think this is part of the randomized pool. This is what we needed the cog for. So I think you have to hit them in like a certain order or something. I don't know how to like go through with it. I don't know that I need any of these. They're all just bonus items, I think. Maybe like did it in a certain order? Okay. I don't remember this part at all. Crane will move left for as long as you hold down A, then the crane will move backward for as long as you hold down B. Use the crane to get the stuff you want. Okay. Yakuza has prepared me for this. Watch it fall out. Speaking of Fallout. No. But yeah, the things I wanted to hit on, I don't really like the survival of the fittest mentality, like the bleakness of it all. I don't like that. I don't like the lack, like the gameplay feels very stale after a while. The quests are just kind of like whatever. I don't think they're really worth pursuing. I like the environment a lot. Like it's the Commonwealth, which means it's based on Massachusetts, and I live in Massachusetts and have my entire life. So I'm like, hell yeah, I know that place, or hell yeah, I love this place. I'll say this. I did find my apartment in Fallout 4, which I did not do when I played this 8 years ago because I did not live as close to Boston 8 years ago. So I think that's pretty rad. Being able to find your apartment in a video game, very cool. So I think they get a point for that. That's what gets them a 6 instead of a 5. It's that I found my apartment. Trying to think of what else. But yeah, so next up I have to... Isn't it a great way to talk about video games this way? When you start off with I have to? I'm sure that's great. No, so I want to finish Final Fantasy 4 so I can go back to Final Fantasy 16. But I'm also kind of like, I don't know, maybe I'll just play a random game. Maybe I pick up Stellar Blade and just like play the scantily clad anime game. Oh, oh no. Oh, that wasn't it? Shit. Okay. I think I remember where to find that, though. What was I going to say again? Yeah, so I want to play Final Fantasy IV so I can continue playing Final Fantasy XIV, but also, I don't know. Something about, like, getting a platinum on a game that I don't really enjoy, it puts me in a weird headspace after. Where I'm like, I'm looking at all of these games I have in my backlog, and I'm like, thinking of playing Final Fantasy IV, and I'm like, I don't want to do any of these. I want a game where I can turn my brain off, but also it's fun. And I don't know if anyone has provided that to me yet. So, I don't know, we'll see. Like, I tried to load up Outer Wilds for a little bit, and I was like, I don't, you know, it's fine. I think Outer Wilds is a very good game, but, like, I forgot the controls, I forgot what I was doing, so I have to start a new game. This is my third time playing this in a new game for the first time. It's like, I just don't have the motivation to, like, relearn a game again. I just don't want to. Sorry, I was writing down the code. I have my notebook here, I might as well. I could have just screenshotted it too, but whatever. But I don't know. It just... I didn't get the rest I wanted from my vacation, which is always a bummer. I wanted to feel better. It didn't help that I think it rained or was extremely cloudy for, I'm not kidding, every single day. I'm like, that sucks. I didn't get a single good day. I mean, I was going to stay in my apartment and play video games the whole time anyway, but at least the sun would be coming through the windows. It is sunny today, though, which is nice. I appreciate it a lot. So yeah, that's how I spent my vacation. I was just playing Fallout 4. I do have a couple other things in my notes, but I'll bring those up in a sec. But yeah, I was thinking, if you want to know why that sounded so, like, prepared, my prepared remarks on Fallout 4, it's because I thought about my talking points in the shower, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta write these down when I get back there. I didn't even have to consult my notes because I remembered it, but I was in the shower, like, yesterday. Let me look at my notes again. There's a couple things I wrote here that I wanted to make sure I didn't drop. While I'm complaining, and I am, but while I'm complaining, oh, I have way more notes than I thought I did. You know, I'm sure you guys see this too. Are you ever on like YouTube or Instagram or TikTok even or Twitter, and you just see those like accounts that just post like clips of like an actual show? Like either an anime or like a comedy. I know Family Guy's a big one, where it's like they'll just post a like 30-second clip from the show, and they'll just put like a stupid caption over it or something, but they'll just like upload it as their own, and it'll get like tens of hundreds of thousands of views or like millions of views. And I'm just sitting there thinking like, why am I going through all this effort to record these videos? Why don't I just like run a stupid fucking YouTube short or Instagram reel or TikTok channel where I just post clips of already written shows and just put like a laughing emoji on the front of it, rake in that ad revenue. I just want you to know, I just really want you guys to know, if I was a little bit more evil, if I had a little bit less self-respect, I could game this system so well. I could rule these lands. I would rule YouTube with an iron fist. But unfortunately, I like making content too much, so I can't do that. Despite what it may seem like sometimes, I do enjoy what I do. But, oh man, the temptation. Who are you? Alright, wait, hold on. Didn't I give him a precursive voice last time?
You came here to get the elevator key, so you can access the computer room. Yeah, I thought so. Well, you're gonna have to beat me to get it. And bring me 120 precursor orbs, and a power cell is yours. Also, I'm the villain from Inspector Gadget, Dr. Claw, I think, but I don't know, because I haven't watched Inspector Gadget in about 30 years. So, and now, I just sound like a generic monster, or someone doing a bad Batman impression. Almost a little like Jennifer Coolidge, too, which is a little weird.
Alright. Challenge this chump. You're mine now. This is such a good bit. And here we go, folks. The main event of the 66th annual Quirk Quiz. Yay! If you get 5 correct answers to the following questions, then you win. But if you get just 3 wrong answers, you're toast. You don't want to be toast, folks. Well, what are we waiting for, huh? Here we go. Question number 1. Exactly what's hidden here? Card key, monkey, elevator key, pretty lucky. Elevator key. You sure about that? Yeah, you're correct. Crud. But that was an easy one. You won't do so well in the next one. I guarantee that. Here we go, sucker. Can you dig it? Sucker. 5 time. Alright, hold on. I needed some water after that impression. Now, question number 2. What's the name of the girl in Petalburg who's waiting patiently for Coop's return? Petuni, Marilyn Flavio, or Koopy Koo. It's Koopy Koo. Yeah, you're correct, crud. But that was an easy one. You won't do so well in the next one. I guarantee that. Here we go, sucker. Now, question number 3. Goomba, Lava Bowl, Buzzy Beetle, and Boo. How many feet do they have total? Goomba's got 2. Lava Bubble is 0. Buzzy Beetle has 4. Boo is 0, so 6. Yeah. I'm not repeating that line again. We're on to question number 4. It's elementary for non-idiots. Oh, you got me. Where was the one, the only Diamond Star? So Glitzbill was the Topaz one. Cortez was the Sapphire one. Hooktail was Hooktail the Diamond one? Because Poshly Sanctum was the orange one, right? I mean, I can just look at my sidebar here. Yeah, I think the Diamond one would have been Hooktail. Because I think the green one was from Boggy Woods. The Topaz one was from... I guess so Emerald was Boggy Woods. Topaz was from Glitzville. Ruby was from Rooster Teeth. The Sapphire one was from the Cortez ship, and the... I guess... Is that not Topaz? I don't know which one the orange one is. Is orange Topaz and the yellow one is Tourmaline? I never remember the difference. I don't know why I know my gems, because I played the Crystal Beast deck. I don't know. You pick up gem names if you play enough video games. I think that might be Tourmaline. But anyway, it's Hooktail's belly. You sure about that? You're correct, you jerk. You've already gotten 4 correct. You are kidding me. Well, fine. I'm going to toss an extra hard one your way. Happy now, sucker? Oh, what? I'll be very happy if you pass an extra hard one my way, Mr. Whomp. I was doing the finger thing, but you couldn't see it. The like, ooh-woo. And now, question number 5. What was the name of the very first champion at the Glitzville Arena? Oh, wait. Okay, I thought they were asking like what round number 1 was. Prince Matthew, Prince Marsh, Prince Macho, or Prince Mush? You sure? Oh, I'm not sure. Was it Grubba? No, it was Prince Mush, right? It must have been. Yes. Okay. I didn't want to overthink it. No! Correct! That's 5 correct answers. Crud, you win! Everyone, show him what he's won! I'm so mad right now, I can hardly see straight. I lose! Fine, but I really hate you. Take this, you bum. Wow. Hold on, he's doing a... I used to read that as... Thanks, man. I still have another card key, and so I have the elevator key, but I have one more card key I'm missing too, but I think I have everything. I think we got everything we need. Oh, are there 2 different elevators? I think there are. I don't remember that. What else? What else do I have here? So, he didn't bring this up. I found out that I'm traveling for work for the first time. I'm going to California, which I've been to only once. I went to LA when I was, let's see, what year did I go to LA? It's been more than a couple years ago. It was like 6 or 7 years ago. But I went to LA with a friend's trip, which I think I was bad at. I didn't drink or smoke at the time, and which is fine. If you don't do that, I applaud you. It's good. I have changed my stance a little bit. I still don't. I will drink occasionally, but never like that much. The reason I stopped drinking was that it became too expensive and there was too much effort involved. I'm a big guy, so like, and I come from a history of like alcoholism and like substance abuse. So originally, I didn't try it until I was like 27. Was like I think the first time I like started drinking like for real. or I guess, no, I guess just started drinking, not even for real. But yeah, I didn't start drinking for a very long time. And then, like, you know, I eventually got into it, but it was like, it would take so much fucking alcohol to get me, like, drunk. And then I'd be tipsy for, like, 20 minutes. Or I'd be, like, drunk for 20 minutes, then I would either black out or I would just, like, slowly get less drunk unless I kept drinking. And also, the amount of fucking water you have to drink when it's ridiculous. I was just peeing all the time. I was like, or I was just like getting the worst headaches of my fucking life. And I already get like pretty bad headaches just like in life. So I frequently take Excedrin and stuff like that, but it's like, I don't need to add more headaches to this. It's fine. So I don't really drink. Like, I'll drink like if like people like want to get like a drink at like a restaurant or a bar or something, I'll grab a drink just to have. With the expectation and the knowledge that like it's not going to do anything to me, so I'm like, I don't care. But you know, I may have changed my stance on other things. Yeah, because they invented a special candy that you can eat and you don't have to like fuck up your lungs. Then it'll make you feel kind of goofy for like 4 hours, and then it'll wear off and you won't have any side effects. Not that I know anything about that. That shit didn't start until I was like 29. that came even later. But like, I remember that's my like one takeaway from my first trip to LA is like, I feel like it just made, I was there, but I was like kind of a bummer. Not even like you know, like my friends were all very understanding, obviously too. Like they weren't like trying to force me into anything. It's just like, they also wanted to like go out and do things, which is what you should do on vacation. But I was just like, you know, I'm the same person I am now. I'm like, I just want to crawl up inside and die because I feel like I'm being a drag to my friends. I feel like I'm not doing anything, and just like I get so much anxiety and stuff like that. So I think I was a wreck. But this time I'm going solo for work, so I think it'll be a little different. But it's one of those things where it's just like, you know, hopefully I do better. I am not going to LA though, so I will say it's not going to be quite as eventful as it was last time. But I am going to California. That's pretty cool. But the reason I bring this up is that my work trip is because there's a game launch I'm supporting, and I want to support it from one of the main WB offices. And but it happened to happen on the same week that was Carlos's bachelor party. So I had to cancel my reservation at the hotel we were getting for Carlos's bachelor party. And which I can talk about that later. But the main thing I wanted to bring up here was that I had to call to get it canceled because like I couldn't get it through it on the website. I had to call to get it canceled, and they were like, so like they found me. I was like, oh, my name is Nick Zalis, blah blah, do this, and they I got it canceled, and I know why they said this because I work in customer support. I don't do calls, but like I know why they said this. But they called me, when I was finished, and I was like, okay, it's all set. It's gonna be canceled. You should see the refund soon. And I was like, oh, awesome, thank you. Is there anything else I need to do? And I'm like, no, but thank you for choosing Mohegan Sun. And I was like, well, I didn't choose you. That's why we're canceling this. But like, to me, I was like, this is very funny. But I was like, but I know how bad it sounded. Like, I didn't want them to like think it was like a dig at them. But I was like, thank you so much. You've been so much help. Thank you. Goodbye. And just like that, I hung up and immediately started laughing. Just like, it's so stupid. But I just think it was really funny that I was like, I'm still laughing at it because it's such a stupid joke. It's like, thank you so much for choosing. And I'm like, well, I didn't though. Like, it's just so mean for no reason. But I still think it's funny. What else do I want to equip here? I don't know. Sure. Anyway, so that was that. I'm actually pretty nervous about this trip. I think it's a little stressful to be traveling across the country on my own. I'm trying to think of what else I have to do here. I have to get through here. Oh, I know. Hold on. So many party members, I forget what they can do. And then, oh, that's not the solution. Interesting. I really thought it would have been. But yeah, I'm a little nervous. I think that's natural. I haven't flown since pre-COVID. I have flown a lot though. Well, not a lot. Like I don't fly regularly, but like I've probably flown 5 or 6 times in my life. So enough where it's like it's not like a whole new world or anything like that. A whole new, but it's you know, it's still not something I do regularly and haven't done in a while. So I'm a little stressed about it, but it'll be fine. I'll do great. I'm not that worried about it. I'm a little bit worried about it, but I'll deal with it. I don't want to lie, but yeah, I've got that coming up. That'll be fun. It is worth noting that I think is pretty cool is I was either going to go there or I was going to go to WB Montreal for the release. And the reason I'm going to California specifically is that apparently some of our coworkers in California like we approached them and they were like, "Hey, would you care if Nick Zalis came along here, or if Nick Zalis traveled to meet you guys out there?" And they were like, "Yeah, that'd be great. Nick's great." I'm like, "Oh, well, that's fun." it's you know, that's neat. I like that. I like that some people were like, "Yeah, sure, Nick's great," because I probably wouldn't have gone if they didn't say that. So that's pretty neat. I like feeling like, at least not to say that I don't want to give the wrong impression here. I do feel appreciated in my job by like the people I work with. Sometimes corporate, I don't feel so appreciated, but like it's cool to see even people on other teams are like, "Yeah," I'm like, "Oh, awesome." So they easily could have just been like, "No, fuck that guy." Let me see. I have another one. This is from a dream I had like a week and a half ago, so I might get it a little wrong. Sometimes I have really vivid dreams, which is weird because for a very long time I didn't have any dreams. I think I see what I have to do here. But yeah, sometimes I have pretty vivid dreams. I remember specifically, I was in a car I used to have. I don't think I realized this part of the detail until I'm like trying to remember the dream now, but I think this was part of it. It was a car I used. It was not my first car, but like one of the first ones. It was one of my mother's cars. So I drove it a lot, but like it wasn't mine. And then eventually my dad bought it from her. So then I drove it even more later. But it was a Honda CR-V, like a black one. For a long time, members of the channel might know what happened to that car. I got in a pretty nasty accident. Man, what year was this? 2018, 2017, 2019, something like that. But I got in ooh, that's not where I thought that was. That was almost very upsetting. But I got in a pretty bad accident because I was driving on a very slushy kind of unplowed road because like we had like a flash storm. Oh, this is where I want to be. We had like a flash like snowstorm, and it was like kind of mixing with the ground a little bit, so it was very slushy, and it was like it wasn't really plowed yet. But I worked overnights, so like I came home and I left kind of early in the morning before like everything had been done, and I was making a turn at a place I've driven a dozen times, or not even a dozen, like a place I must have driven through hundreds of times because it was like once a day for like years and years. I would have to go through that way. It was like a T intersection, and I was coming from like the bottom of the T, and I was like going to go either left or right. I was going to go left, and I went to turn, and the car locked up, just didn't work, and just went straight into a highway sign. Totaled the car, completely gone, completely busted. And I was fine. I got some burns on my hands from the airbag was what caused me damage. So I got that, which I do not recommend. I think that hurt a good bit. would not recommend. And I think I remember getting the burns. I remember specifically it was like it burned my fingertips and like the side of my right arm. It was just because of the friction of the airbag coming out so fast that just like did that. And like my back was kind of hurt a little bit after that too. But I remember calling my dad being like, "Hey, I just totaled the car." This was my first accident, by the way. Actually, I think I might have bumped into someone's bumper. That was the only other accident I've ever been in. I'm sorry, the only other accident I've ever caused or been in, like as the driver. But I think I remember I was like, this is not what I intended to go with when I brought this up, but we're here, so I'm gonna power through. But yeah, I had totaled the car. Before that, I hadn't really had anything. It was my dad's car. He also needed to use it to get to work. So basically, I would. Oh, this sucks. Fine. Basically, I should not have lived through that. He used it to get to work, and I used it to get to work. So I felt incredibly guilty totaling my dad's car, but it was also like I had no control. I was going 20 miles per hour, and it just like the car locked up. Total it. The police came because they saw that I was crashed, and they were like, "Hey, you got to move this." And I'm like, "Oh, cool, thanks, appreciate the help. You got to move this, thanks." Let me try and jump on this. Oh, I see. Hang on now. Ooh, that was crunchy. What happened there, game? That was a little... I don't know how I felt about that one. But so, like, the police were like, you gotta move this car. And I'm like, okay, how? And they're like, call this tow company. I was like, okay. So then they get it towed. Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. I wish I had the rewind button. He's just like fucking platforming, just decided to change. Cool. So they end up towing me. This guy brings me with him, and I go to this like very big parking lot with a very small office building, and they like towed my car there. And I was still like in shell shock because again I just totaled my car on the way home from work. So it was like 8 a.m. at this point. I'd been up all night working. And I'm just like still shell shocked. I'm like angry, upset. Oh, part of this is too. So like I called my dad and I was like, I totaled the car. I'm so sorry. And his he started yelling at me out of like reflex, I guess. This is my dad is typically like, he'll get upset, but he's not like mean. He's very much like, he doesn't really yell that often, or if he does yell, it's out of like exasperation. Like he'll just be like, he'll repeat the same thing like 3 or 4 times, then and the 4th time will be like, that's just like raise his voice. So like it was very rare to hear my dad yell in general, but I just like described it, and like he was upset because I totaled his car, which I understand. But I remember that was one of the only times that my dad did not care. I think it was just like a misstep or something, or he must have assumed I was fine because I was like speaking fine. But I remember being like after he was just like talking about the car, he's like, well, what am I gonna do? I can't afford a new car. How's that? Which are very real concerns, by the way. I'm not just like defending my dad in like an abused way. Like I'm just like, I know it kind of comes off that way, but it's like, no, I understand where he was coming from, like genuinely. And I don't think this came from a place of like malice. But it was like, he was like talking about the car, and I was like, oh, I'm fine, by the way. Thanks. I was like shocked. I'm like, you're my bleeding heart dad who like always asks how people are doing. I was like, this is the one time you didn't do it? Come on, man. But I'm gonna finish the story before we do this boss fight because I'm gonna forget it. But I remember getting towed to this place, and like I was just like sitting next to my totaled car, like trying to like figure out what to do, how to get home. So I hadn't really done Lyfts or Ubers back then, or like. But then I was like, I like finally messaged my dad again. And I was like, where do you want this to go? Like it needs to go somewhere. And he's like, tow it to this, get it towed to this place. And I'm like, great. So I got to call another tow company. But then like this guy from inside the small little office like comes up to me. He's like, hey, you gonna fucking pay for your tow? I'm like, excuse me? I'm like, the police told me to do this. I didn't even know it was like paid, or I wouldn't have done it. I just like assumed that like the police had like a guy to tow you like out of danger or something like that. No. So I paid like $200 to these people who towed me, I'm not even kidding, half a mile down the road to their fucking parking lot. And then I had to pay for a different tow to get it to like actually bring. Oh, I think I brought it back to our home. That's what it was. And I'm like, this is maybe one of the worst days of my life. Anyway, so I had this dream. I just got to get this out. I had this dream that I was like sliding down the side of like a mountain with it, like a residential mountain. So I was like going over different roads. I was like just barely missing houses and stuff like that. And I ended up like skidding without hitting anything, and it finally stopped. And then like I get out of the car and I like go to stop, and it slides a little further, and it ends up in like someone's basement. It was like a house was being built, and like the basement had been built but the rest hadn't, and it just slid in the basement with like no way to get out. And I was like, wow, this is really messed up. And then I woke up. Okay, anyway.
I've been waiting for you. Oh man, have I been waiting. And I hate waiting.
You again. You've been waiting, huh? Well, so what? What's that supposed to mean?
I'll tell you what it means. I used the crystal star to lure you here, so that I could take all of your crystal stars. How brilliant is that, huh? And want to know the best part? Your little peachy girl isn't even here anymore.
So Peach totally was here. Where did you take her, you huge weasel?
Look, I'll tell you the plan. That's novice villain style. No, I won't be doing anything like that. Sorry, really, guys. So, ready for showtime? You guys are going to be the perfect workout for Magnus von Grapple 2.0.
It does have better colors. I like the black and gold a lot better. Or black and yellow. Better than the pink purple one earlier.
Hope you're up to the challenge, because this thing is raw horsepower, kiddies.
What a cool design too. I love how that looks in this art style. You got the gratis or the Crump theme. It's a banger.
Yeah, last version was buggy, so we made improvements. 1, 2, a dozen. Get ready for a whole new way to experience pain, you junior varsity losers.
Oh, please, as if we're not going to totally whip you for like the 10th time. I love how meta this game is. Bam, 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 bam. But yeah, so I had a pretty weird stress dream, and I was like, oh, that's upsetting. But then I woke up, and I was like, all right, well, that's over. I just remember vividly driving, like, skidding down a mountain road, or like skidding down like the side of a mountain. Just like, this is awful, oh my god, and just didn't hit anything. And then finally the car gets lost anyway. I'm like, well, what the hell, why? Max HP is 70, attack is 6, and defense is 2. Its basic attack is a drill move that drops from above. It also sometimes releases its fists for flying X punches. Each X punch is a max HP of 5, attack of 9, and defense of 0. Those fists are flying, you may get attacked by the fists and body in one turn. Take care of those low HP fists early on, trust me. The body's HP gets low, it also fires machine guns, and who knows what else. It may not look too different from the last version, but it's much stronger, so be careful. I still think the whole design is a little ridiculous, though. Get his ass. I don't know what to use here. Might just go for power bounce. Tried and true. The I have to focus. Fuck. I lost focus. I was gonna say, I think the point where you hit it is kind of annoying because it's like up high, so it's like harder to like gauge when you have to hit the button.
Here comes suckers. Magnus drill attack.
Don't hit Mario. Okay. We're okay. We're fine, I guess. Alright, let's do this. Coming for a smooch. Just such a weird mechanic. Alright, let's see. Fuck. One more. This is why Danger Mario is so broken. Because his damage potential is disgusting.
Blark.
Music's still playing, that's not a good sign.
Gratis.
And he's dead. He died of asphyxiation. Or being, like, crumpled into paper. Get it? Because of his thing. Wait, so if the first one was the diamond one, what is this one? I don't understand which crystal star this is. What's beyond a diamond, but looks like a diamond? Zirconium? I don't know what it is. Prismatic shard? You got the crystal star. Your star power is now 8, and Mario can now use the special move Supernova. Which means he's one of the 10 bounties in pre-time skip One Piece. Woohoo! Oh, we seem to have gotten that crystal star. Oh man, seems like we should really have something to show that we got that star. Oh man, what would we... Bam, it's there. I clearly messed up with the sizing, so like I had to just throw it at the bottom. Don't worry about it, it's fine. The last crystal star had been hidden in the X-Naut hideout on the moon. But by the time Mario recovered it, Peach had already been taken away. Where could Peach be now? And what of the elusive Gratis? Perhaps he holds the key to the remaining puzzle. Mario finally has all 7 crystal stars. Where will they lead him next? Hey, we beat this chapter pretty quick. What was it, 2-3 videos? I kind of plowed right through the X-Naut Fortress. Did we get another Bowser section? I don't remember getting this. Well, there he is. Yeah, I don't remember this at all.
Well, we're here. Now, where's the stupid Poshly Sanctum? A crystal star's there, right?
So they say, your putridness, and lo and behold, there it is, right behind you. Doesn't even have, like, the name of the institute on there.
Great, about time something worked out for old Bowser. In we go.
Oh, here he is. Did she say something horny to me? I hope she does. I say, I'd like to mount a large animal horn in my foyer to highlight my social status. Oh my goodness gracious, you have terribly fine horns, don't you, you great thing.
What? That's disgusting. Get away from me, psycho. You can't have my horns.
That is a great thing for her to say. Eek! Yep, that makes sense. Okay. Hello there, guy. Poshly Heights is nice on a warm afternoon, eh? What's that? You're a great and evil king, are you? Really? Yeah, you know, guy, I think maybe you got a little too much sun, eh? Okay. One I say to another.
Oh, look, my heart trembles. The fountain's so elegant. This is art at its finest.
So very observant, as usual, my dear Goldbob. Indeed. Surely this is an artist's art.
Yes, dearest, one cannot measure its worth by coins. That is what makes art, art. And yet, the filthy rich always seek to define art with their ill-gotten coins.
Yes, they seek to buy it, yet how can one appraise what the eye cannot perceive?
Whoa. I don't have a clue what you're talking about. You people scare me,
Seriously. Bowser being afraid of the fucking rich. Gives off very big, like, Joker, like, I may be crazy, but I'm not a Nazi energy. Wow, you're big, mister. What's your name? Evil King Extraordinaire. Businessman of Legend. Koopa Coot. Evil King Extraordinaire.
I am Bowser. Bowser. Evil King Extraordinaire.
Yeek! Aw. Sorry, little guy. Just want to see something. How I can't jump. I want to try and jump in the fountain. All right. Well, this was a very riveting Bowser section. It's locked. It won't budge.
Darn it!
Lock broke.
Whoa, baby! Awesome and open. Talk about lucky. I guess rage really pays.
Fucking Bowser.
Yes, this is it, Haggy. This is finally it.
I love little fanfare.
At last, I've got my mitts on a crystal star. Yes!
Impressive work, Lord Bowser. You're the absolute best star-getting guy. There he is. Oh, man. I gotta remember this every time. You there. I have you now, villains. You are common thieves, aren't you? Aren't you? My eyes never deceive.
What are you implying? I'm no little thief. I'm
remorseless king of evil, the shadow thief Koopa Coot. Alright, let's do Koopa Coot.
I'm the great Koopa Coot. I'm taking this. Mess with me and I'll bore you to death.
Nice. I see. Unfortunately for you, that's a red herring. Yes, a doom bubble. A fake, if you want it, is yours.
What? A fake?
But look at this fancy display, the pedestal and everything. It's so posh. If it's a fake, then where's the real one, If you must know, I gave the real one to Luigi.
You have got to be kidding me. You mean to tell me that Luigi beat me here? Those Mario Bros are the most annoying brothers of all time.
How bothersome. The fact that we keep being outmaneuvered is disturbing. But where in the world could Mario and his brother be heading? Where? Lord Bowser! Did he break the window to come in? Yes, dude. They keep breaking the windows. So I think he's supposed to look like he's landing on Pennington's head, but we can clearly see that's not how it is because he's behind him. Paraguma, why are you so worked up over? Tell me. Oh, maybe he is supposed to look like he landed on his head, but they just couldn't do it. Now reporting, sir, and ma'am, sir and ma'am. Mario's collected the 7 crystal stars and is heading for the 1,000-year door.
What? The 1,000-year door? What the heck is that?
It's the name of the game. The 1,000-year door. An unbelievable legendary treasure is behind that door.
Yark! Then I'm going there too, immediately, and I'm gonna ruin Mario.
I want Pennington to be like, who the fuck is Mario? Will you now, Luigi? Well done now. Or, will you now? Luigi, well done, lad. Way to not fail. Yet. Back to Mario, huh? We're gonna be on the moon, right? Like, it feels so weird to skip Peach's section. We finally got all 7 crystal stars. Awesome. Now you can open the 1,000-year door. Oh, but we still don't know where Peach is. Let's head back to Rogueport, right? Professor Franklin can maybe help us find Princess Peach. Oh, yeah. So there's a section with Franklin that's coming up next that I don't fully understand, if I'm being real with you. I'm going to try and pay close attention to it this time, but Franklin does something here, and I'd never figured out how he does it. Oh, wait, no, we got to go to sub-level 4. It's super important. I forgot that it's like it's an optional section. I'm going to end the video with that. Realistically, I'm just looking for a save point, but I haven't found one. I probably could have saved the Bowser part for next time, but, you know, I was on a roll. It's fine. I don't think there's enemies here, right? There shouldn't be. So, sub-level 4 is where Peach is being kept, as you can tell from the music change. Beam, 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 beam. I don't think you can really interact here. Also, hold on, wait. I think I might have pointed this out before, but just in case I didn't. Look at that. Putting the new toilet paper right next to the thing. You got 2 on deck here. Like, listen, I don't ask for much. But if you're going to store toilet paper in your bathroom, realistically, the only place you're allowed to store toilet paper is A, under the sink in the bathroom, B, in a cupboard in the bathroom, C, next to the toilet or behind the toilet in the bathroom, or D, in a closet directly next to the bathroom. If you put your toilet paper anywhere else, you're a bad person. I'll say it. You're a bad person. You don't know how to live your life. Where are we? You are Mario, are you not? It is pleasant to meet you. I am the main computer of this fortress. I am Tech. I must tell you something. That is why I brought you to this place. Princess Peach. I am so sorry. Most of my data was erased, and my main power unit was shut down. Now running on backup power with only cached memory, trying to stay operational. Mario, you know that Peach is not here, do you not? Please, save Peach. Please, please. Princess Peach is with Gratis in the Palace of Shadow. I had to tell you that. But backup power failing. Mario, use the teleporter room to get back to Rogueport. Teleporter room is on sub-level 2 of the fortress. I will release the room lock. Oh, I guess he releases it if you didn't do this part. I wonder if that's like a change from the shuffleizer or something, because it was just unlocked when I went there. I wonder if you can find it on your own if you don't need tech to do it. Peach is in the Palace of Shadow. Please hurry. There's barely enough power left to activate the teleporter. I will cease all AI functions to send power to the teleporter for you. But what'll happen to you? When the power is all gone, I will cease to exist as an artificial consciousness. But if it will save Peach, I would gladly do this. Because until I met Peach, I knew nothing of love. Do not worry about me. I am just a computer. Just a machine. Mario, you must save Peach. I ask you. Please. And tell her. Thank you for me. Oh shit. We understand, Tech. So, hurry to the teleporter room. Now. Mario, save her. Tech, no. Tech system failure reported. Mario, we have to save Peach for poor Tech 2. I'm sorry, bud. I gotta leave you behind. No death in a Mario game, unless, you know, it's a computer. Man, I love Tech's arc. What a weird, not at all necessary to the plot thing. Like, they could have just not given Peach anything to do during this game. Like, she could have just been, like, held captive and maybe see, like, one scene of her being like, wow, it's boring here. But, what a fun side story that, like, even as a kid, I was like, wow, this part's actually pretty engaging. Like, wow, I'm, like, actually attached to these characters. Yet another reason why this game is just so good. It's just so good. Also, fuck Tech for not just being like, alright, Peach, you gotta go to the teleporter room. Like, you didn't think that was pertinent, you fucking robo menace? You didn't think that, like, maybe one of their, like, last 2 excursions, you could have been like, alright, you gotta get the fuck out of here. Fucking Tech. Selfish bastard. Try to keep her all to himself. Peach. Goodbye. Oh, that's right. It fucking blows up, doesn't it? I don't think you can go back there. You might be able to. I remember there was something weird about that. So I did kind of glance at this list just by accident earlier, so I'm glad that I did. I already had this cutscene with Coop. With Coop, so what are we doing? Am I totally going nuts, or did I just hear something just now? Oh, I see. So I probably give you both the cutscenes at once. Well, if it isn't Mario... Over here, son. I'm sorry. I know what I have to do here. You brought the crystal star back from the moon with you, didn't you? What? Talking into my good ear. The Exnar Fortress was on the moon? Ah, yes. So Princess Peach was there too, I assume? Well, she was, but the Exnar boss took her and headed for the... You can hear me almost do the accent to Goombella. And headed for the 1,000-year door. Aha! Just a bit ago, I smelled some rank air and went to the 1,000-year door. I saw a suspicious fellow in a cape go through the door with Princess Peach. What? No way. Without the 7th crystal star, the doorway shouldn't open, though. Believe me, I know, but I'm quite certain of it. I saw it with my own eyes. I have a very bad feeling about this. Very bad. Princess Peach is in danger. Time is short. We must go to the 1,000-year door and rescue the princess. I'll run ahead and meet you there. Don't dawdle. You must come immediately. So yes and no. If I remember correctly, when you go to the 1,000-year door, it's the end of the game. I think. At least until you beat the game. Like, it's you're kind of stuck there. Yeah, that's why they're, like, giving you these all of a sudden. I'll read these later. I need to save and end this video. It's already going too long. But, we're getting close to the end. We got all 7 stars. I gotta re-up my curse with the... Oh, no, wait. We did get another curse from her lovely. That's right. But that's gonna be it for part 34. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, which is probably one of the last few. I do still want to do the Pit of 100 Trials, but I think I'll stream that because it'll be probably like an hour or 2 or 3. So let's I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye bye.